Hello, good evening, ladies. I'm your host, Khalil, brother, host of the Khalil Switchboard live right here, Leesburg, Virginia. Hey, ladies, I'll get you guys read the Saints obliterated Tompa Bay Bucs. I'll get you guys into that for sure. And concerning the fact that it was Tompa Bay's worst game in history, worst record loss, I'll talk to you guys about the fact that Sterling Brown's reached a 750K summit over in 2018 incident where he got tased by cops for parking over a handicap spot at Walgreens. Get you guys that for sure. Coleman says he was violated by Baton Rouge PD. I'll get you guys to that. Authentic, he won the 2020 British Club Classic. By the way, he's retired, by the way, for sure. Telling us about the fact that Sergio Garcia was withdrawn from the Masters tournament because of the fact that he has got coronavirus. And also the many birthday wishes out to the 50th birthday Y2J Chris Jericho, Candy Floss. You got Sheik Luch in peril because of coronavirus issues that's been going on there. I'll get you guys to that. Amanda Nunes is withdrawn from her UFC featherweight women's title fight against Megan Anderson, despite the fact that for personal reasons from UFC 250, Mark Coleman, he's the first ever UFC champion. He's covered from a heart attack, and that's all there's. So I'll have for today, everybody, on that note. So I'm going to start things off with the fact that the Saints, look, the Saints should have up 38-3. The Bucs were nowhere near it. They were not. They got straight up obliterated. Ways I can't describe. Tompa Bay wasn't even ready. They had like five rushing attempts, that is. Tompa Bay was sacked 3 times, had the ball intercepted 3 times as well. Drew Brees was 26-32 carries and attempts, 222 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 sack, 2 carries. Famous James Winston was 1-on-1 carries, catches and attempts. Had 12 passing yards. Taysom Hill at 202 catches and attempts, 48 passing yards, 7 carries, 54 rushing yards, had 9 carries, 48 rushing yards, 5 receptions, and 9 receiving yards. Latavius Murray had 10 carries, 39 rushing yards, 2 receptions, and 2 receptions and 3 receiving yards. Michael Thomas had 5 receptions and 51 receiving yards. Deonte Harris had 1 reception and 40 rushing yards. Emmanuel Sanders had 4 receptions and 38 receiving yards. Adam Trautman had 3 receptions and 38 receiving yards. Tompa Bay TB12 Tom Brady had 22, 38 catches and attempts, 209 passing yards, 3 interceptions and sack. Ronald Jones second had 3 carries, a reception, and 9 rushing yards. And Gronkinator had receiving yards. Leonard Fournette had 6 receptions and 40 receiving yards. Mike Evans had 4 receptions, 64 receiving yards. Chris Godwin had first game with the Tompa Bay Bucs at 30 receptions and 31 receiving yards. Look, to be honest, this is no different from what happened in Tompa Bay's first game against Drew Brees and the Saints. Because unlike that one, that game was pretty good, though. Last night wasn't one of them. Because everyone thought that Tompa Bay was going to get revenge on the Bucs. On the Saints. That didn't ensue. So this was pretty much Tompa Bay being under pressure, Drew Brees getting the better Tompa Bay. Because Tompa Bay that was the worst loss in Tompa Bay's illustrious career. Historic career. He's a 6-time Super Bowl champ. There's no reason why you should not be losing by like 35 points. There's no reason for any of that at all. and they got picked apart, ways they can describe. And honestly, because they were pressured in that game, they weren't even ready. They weren't prepared. They weren't even motivated. The offense, the Tompa Bay Bucs, that was upsetting. I'm ashamed of the Bucs right now. I really am ashamed of them because that poor performance go up. They just simply perished. I mean, they're like 6-3 now, but clearly they did not expect this. I don't think no one expected a wipeout from the Saints. I mean, that was supposed to be close, a good game, but that was nowhere near a good game, nor a close one. Because unfortunately, Tompa Bay just completely lost himself. Tompa Bay's got to look in the mirror. He's got to ask himself, what happened? How am I going to come back from this? I mean, I'm a 6-time Super Bowl champ. There's no reason why I should not be getting destroyed by 35 points again. There's no reason for that. Bruce Arians is going to be going, Tompa Bay, what happened out there? I mean, you're a 6-time Super Bowl champ. There's no reason for you to, just be under pressure and be having this many losses, getting a 35-point loss. There's no reason for that. Clearly, you're better than this. Come on. That's the react. That's what's being ensued there. And I just don't understand what happened at Tompa Bay. Like 35 unanswered points. I mean, Drew Brees and the Saints have scored 38 unanswered points against them. Tompa Bay, they lost by 35 points. And clearly, Tompa Bay and the Bucs, they looked like straight up trash. They were. And even the Bucs, they do make the playoffs, by the way, nor if they don't. And they get a loss just like that from last night. Oh, man. Tompa Bay's playoff chances are going to be numbered for him. So clearly, Tompa Bay and the Bucs, they need to get together. And they did not look good. They simply just dissolved. And they got picked apart in ways I couldn't believe it myself. So Tompa Bay and the Bucs, they need because all of a sudden Drew Brees and the Saints, they just got the better of them yet again. I mean, Drew Brees and the Saints, they beat Tompa Bay Bucs twice and numerous times. So who's gonna be on some of the Saints? I mean, they're the top seed in like the NFC North right now. So clearly, the Saints have the top seed, and obviously the Saints. Good performance for them. But Tompa Bay, come on, really? There's no reason for you to throw it off just like that. There's no reason for any of that. Just got picked off. Your offensive running game was completely off. The defense wasn't quite there. They weren't even in check. Tompa Bay and the Bucs, they didn't check themselves because that was the poor performance last night. I'll tell you that right now. That it just absolutely just got awful. So clearly, hopefully they get together because they need all the help they're gonna get. Another thing I want to point down to, by the way, wish them speedy recovery, by the way, and that's all I say on that. Also, another thing I want to point out, by the way, Sterling Brown has reached a $750K incident where he was tased by cops for parking in a handicapped spot. By tasing Sterling Brown, by the way, this is outside Walgreens. So basically, Sterling Brown, he did file a lawsuit after the incident, by the way, and he was offered a $400K settlement. Sounds whether he says he can't be signed forever, by the way. Milwaukee City, in a statement, admits to the standard operating procedure that Milwaukee has. So you guys remember, by the way, that Sterling Brown was arrested and charged for parking back in 2018, and he filed a lawsuit there on the cops that tased him. By a case summit with City of Milwaukee PD, and honestly, Milwaukee has till 180 days to make these changes. So honestly, hopefully that all goes well, and that should be right there. So hopefully that will go well for once. Any voice trouble. And I also want to point out, by the way, that Baton Rouge PD and a stop, by the way, he got violated numerous times. Team is going as far he didn't even have. His phone was taken away. As some celebrate the election of first black female VP of mixed color, by the way, to be evidence. He says, if I wouldn't. That was I mean, no telling if I would have told him the story. Yesterday wasn't a victory for now. Ned Orgeron says in a letter that we got to listen, learn, and come together to combat racial injustice or racism, by the way, and to create a safe and exquisite and an equitable society for every person out there. So honestly, the cops are looking into this for sure. They're investigating this incident, and honestly, hope there's some answers, by the way, and there could be some lawsuit for those charges, whoever violated Coy Moore, and hopefully that will all ensue there. So racial justice is a bit of a big deal. And honestly, the LSU football players, they were marching in the murder of George Floyd, by the way, and all the others individuals were protesting for the murders of black individuals like George Floyd and Jacob Blake. Jacob Blake's still alive, by the way. So honestly, we're not looking look there. So I'll also hope they have some answers there, and that's all there is. You got to know for that. Also, I know there's one point out, by the way, that Amanda Nunes has withdrawn from her UFC women's featherweight title match against Megan Anderson at UFC 256 for undisclosed reasons, by the way. So that it's basically hopefully some answers there, and hopefully no knows why that is. She's withdrawn from her match, by the way, and doesn't know why. So hopefully some answers later on or tomorrow, by the way. So that's all there is you need to know on that note. Also, some other news I want to point out. Authentic has won the 2020 Breeders' Cup, by the way. He won six mil prize, and he's retired from racing, by the way. He'll be at the Stead Thrift, Lexington, Kentucky farm, by the way, to be a stallion, by the way. So that's best news there. And that's best news yet. So congrats on that note right there, everybody. Congrats on that. Also, others I want to point out, by the way, Sergio Garcia has withdrawn from the Masters tournament, by the way, because of the fact that he had coronavirus. He'll be in isolation, and that's not looking. He's withdrawn from the Masters tournament, and that's not looking good there. So hopefully he gets test results, and hopefully the test results come out negative. Hopefully he'll get all the help that he needs and try to test results for sure a whole lot sooner rather than later. That's all there is to it for that. Everybody, he's in isolation for now, everybody. So yeah, that's how it is. Also, some other news I want to address here, by the way, that like I guys have probably known this for sure, everybody. I actually just want to say send birthday wishes out to the demo god, Y2J Chris. Also, sorry about that. Others I want to get down to, by the way, this is an important one, that the LSU versus Alabama rivalry game could be in peril, by the way, because multiple LSU football players, they had coronavirus, by the way. Now the starters, by the way, the other individuals, all their positions packs, they had coronavirus as well. So multiple football players of the LSU football team, they have had coronavirus, and they're going to be in isolation for sure. Now I can tell you that the LSU versus Alabama game is set to go for sure. So basically, I don't think they're going to consider postponing the game or not. I guess not. So honestly, that's how it is. So once again, everybody, the LSU versus Bama game is in peril for sure, because the fact that new players out of LSU had coronavirus, by the way, they're going to be waiting test results. They're in isolation as of right now, and the game is still to be set. And that's all there is. You need to know, everybody, on that note. So that's all there is to it. And that's one point out to, by the way, I want to have a brother wish out to the former AEW champ, former champ, former W superstar, and also AEW star, member of the Inner Circle, the Demo God, who came off month celebrating his 30th anniversary, by the way, the Demo God, and also had a loss to MJF, who's in the Inner Circle now. The Demo God himself, Y2J Chris Jericho, 50th milestone birthday to the Demo God, Y2J Chris Jericho, Emily Tyra, Peppa Salt Peppa. You got Scarface, French Montana, Eric Dane, Momo, Delta Goodrem, Cisco, MNEK, Shelby Wolford, Vanessa Lashy, Nikki Blonsky, Annalie Tipton, Vanessa Manillo, former Bruiserweight WWE UK champ and former NXT tag team champ Pete Dunne, Greg Bird, Sandra Denton, Haji, Allison Court, Belen Esteban, Kyle Rudolph, Olivia Marie, Alicia Rotaro. You got Richie Jackson, Maya Ritter, Bob Gibson, Sheik Luch, Scotty Thompson, Gabriel Miller, Steven Lopez, Ramona Milano, Cardoso, Peyton Smith, Adam Dunn, Sebastian Tutet, Owen Daniels, the Numa Una, Nick Mitchell, Max Garcia, Charlie Webster, Tracy Jewell, Arto Sari, Christine Michael, and Giovanna Mezzo Giorno. So send your birthday wishes, birthday shows, birthday tweets, everybody. That's all you guys gotta do, everybody. And yep. So birthday wishes, birthday shows, birthday tweets, everybody, and that's all you guys gotta do, everybody. So that's all there is to it you need to know. And that's it all right there. So I'm sure you stay tuned for that, everybody. Also, another news I'm putting out, by the way, that Rajay. Now PG dated Doug Rivers' daughter, Callie Rivers. And Callie Rivers happens to be the wife of Seth Curry. So this is pretty much PG, Paul George, cheating on Callie Rivers. And this is really not a good look there. And honestly, you know, PG made the mistake, but congrats on your engagement to Daniela Rajic, by the way. But clearly, PG, you gotta think what you're doing. All right, you're not an NBA champ. You're really not. We all know that. Even future MVP candidate, but seeing you cheat on your other interests, your former interests, Callie Rivers, Doug Rivers' daughter, not looking good there. And honestly, it's just hopefully you learn from mistakes, and it's not going to look good there. And then now we can all just say that PG Paul George is a cheat Gronkinator. So it's safe to say that. So let me know in the comment section about that, and that's all I got to say on that note. And hopefully, he learned some mistakes for now, and that is really not looking good there. So hopefully he tries to just recover from that. And tries to at least, not making mistakes, not trying to avoid disaster for once, because it's really not a good look there. He needs to learn from the lesson. That's what he's got to do. So PG, think for yes, please do so, because if you don't, it's game over for you. And that's all there is I got to say on that note. So really, he's got to step it up here. This is a little call for it. It really is. So that's just not looking good there. That right there didn't sit well with anybody. And clearly, a bit unexpected to the release on that note. And to be honest, well, it didn't sit with anybody else on that. That's all there is to it. Well, I told you guys that Alex Trebek, by the way, he died at 80 of after treatment after he was diagnosed from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. By the way, he hosted Jeopardy for 36 years. He's since 84. But also, a lot of you guys don't know this, that he played a role at WrestleMania though once. He was a backstage interviewer and guest ring announcer for the WWE title match between Hulk Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter. And he was sent him outstanding game show host. He hosted shows of Wizard of Oz, Double Dare, and many others, Jeopardy as well. So he died at 80. I told you guys this yesterday that Alex Trebek, who battled pancreatic cancer, got treatment for stage 4 pancreatic cancer, was deceased at 80 at his own home yesterday. And it is really sad, really sad. He's been hosting Jeopardy for 36 years now. He's been hosting it since 84. And it is a really, really legendary loss. And honestly, this is really tough right there. So apparently that is all there is to it. So this is really sad news. I mean, he was 80, by the way. With me, he was an absolute legend of Jeopardy, hosting for 36 years, an absolute icon, which he was. But I want some of those praise out to Alex Trebek's family members, all of his fans, all of his viewers, the Jeopardy fans, all the Jeopardy viewers, all the subscribers out there, all the worldwide audiences out there, and all the worldwide audiences out there virtually, of this really historic loss of an absolute Jeopardy icon and host, Alex Trebek. And it's just really sad that, you know, we live in a time where there is so much peril that's been going on, especially this coronavirus saga that's been going on. And honestly, this is something that a lot of people didn't expect. I mean, he did get treatment for it, though, by the way, but just lost the battle to Alex Trebek. So everybody once again use the hashtag rest in peace Alex Trebek, or use the hashtag thank you Alex, and please do so everybody on that. Now I can tell you this at the end, so it's really sad that Jeopardy. I mean, he was supposed to be staying for. He was supposed to be hosting Jeopardy for the next couple of years or so, and he didn't intend on retiring. So I mean, he could have retired for sure, but this is really sad news. And honestly, don't know who the next Jeopardy host is going to be, and it is just absolutely just horrific news. So he was 80, died at 80 of battling after he battled stage 4 pancreatic cancer. He got treatment for that and didn't even make it. So that's all there is you need to know, everybody. So send thoughts, prayers out to his family members, all of his fans. Use the hashtag rest in peace Alex Trebek. Please do so everybody on that. And this is a really historic loss. An absolute legend, an absolute icon of his own right. He's the Jeopardy GOAT. We all know it, and that's all I gotta say on that note. So just a little fact out there, everybody. So that's all there is you need to know. So that's all you can expect, everybody. And it's really sad news there. So really, it's just awful news there, and really not looking good, everybody. So hopefully, you know, just know the next host is going to be, but that sounds, it could be James Olsauer, who knows? So it's like I said on that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that would do it right there for the Khalil Level Sports Report. Please be sure to like, subscribe to the Khalil Level Sports Report YouTube channel and Facebook page by any and all means necessary. Be sure you send me your comments, Twitch reaction, your thoughts, your responses on the Saints out. What are your thoughts on the Saints, you know, obliterating Tompa Bay Bucs? By the way, let me know about in the comment section. What are your thoughts about that? Do you think it's Tompa Bay's worst loss in history? Let me know about that as well. I'll just sponsor that. Your thoughts on Sergio Garcia withdrawing from the Masters tournament because of the fact that he had coronavirus? What are your thoughts about that? Wish speedy cover, by the way, everybody. So you wish for speedy cover to Mark Coleman. He's the first ever UFC champion. He's covering from a heart attack. Please be sure you do so on that. So your brother wishes out to him. Watch today, Chris Jericho. He has 50 miles of birthday today. To Candy Floss, to Sheik Luch, French Montana, Kyle Rudolph, Olivia Marie, Alicia Rotaro, Gabrielle Miller, and all the others out there. Please send your brother wishes out to them as well. Brother Shelter, brother tweets. Their thoughts on Coy Moore, you know, being violated from Baton PD during a silent over the comment section. I'll just sponsor that word because it can be taken. Wait up to Sterling Brown reaching a Central Vindicate settlement with the city of Milwaukee, stemmed from an incident, a 2018 incident where he got tased by a cops for parking in a handicapped spot, by the way, outside of Walgreens, where because they're going to be taken for the Milwaukee PD. Let me know about that. I'll just sponsor that as well, everybody. Your thoughts on Amanda Nunes withdrawing from the UFC 256 for a title defense against Megan Anderson for the UFC Women's Featherweight title for undisclosed reasons? What are your thoughts about that? I'll just sponsor that. Let me know what's on their mind there. That's all you guys can think about right there. What are your thoughts exactly on PG Paul George being engaged to Daniela Rajek, by the way? Even though he's caught cheating, he may have been cheating on Douglas' daughter, Callie Rivers. What are your thoughts about that? I'll just sponsor that for sure. So I gotta say on that note, right there. What are your thoughts exactly on let's see, on Authentic winning the 2020 British Cup Classic and retiring from the way from racing? Thoughts about that? I'll just sponsor everybody on that as well. Thoughts about that for sure. Send thoughts prayers once again. Use the hashtag rest in peace Alex Trebek, as all of you guys already know that he has died of from his battle and got treatment from his stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And send your thoughts and prayers out to his family members, all of his fans, and it's a really historic loss. He's been champion for 36 years since '84, and really historic, sad news there. Perry Amon rules the guest ring announcer and backstage interviewer for WrestleMania a couple years ago, and that's about that. Guess ring announcer for Hulk Hogan for Charlotte Slaughter for the WWE title. Thoughts about that as well. And same thoughts breaks out to Jeopardy contestants, Jeopardy fans, viewers, subscribers to that historic loss of an icon and longtime Jeopardy host Al Shabak. Same thoughts breaks out to them. Told you guys to do everybody on that. Thoughts of Sergio Garcia withdrawing from the Masters tournament because he had coronavirus. What are your thoughts about that? Just sponsored. What are your thoughts on LSU versus Bama game being imperiled against the fact that numerous LSU football players had coronavirus? By the way, what are your thoughts about that? And they're in quarantine for now. That's all you guys can know for sure, everybody, on that note. So that's all I'll say on that note. Also, the Jets versus the Pats game was tonight, everybody. So are the Pats going to be able to destroy the Jets? Which they must, by the way. So please be sure you do so on that. I'll have more breaking news, times live updates, and so on to a whole lot more in the close sports, with everything sports related, everything you need to know. That's all I got to say, everybody. Take care of you guys. You guys are getting. Please be safe there. Bye-bye.